First of all, thank you for being interested in helping with the translation project of David's tools. So this video will be just a quick kind of overview and a little bit of how to get started. If you have other questions, please feel free to email me. So first of all, I'd like you to make sure you've read through this translation agreement. That's on this page, and I should have sent you this link. If not, please let me know. And this is the instruction video that I'm doing. The link will be different because I'm doing a new video and this is the older one. So the quick guidelines here are, I think, are really helpful, but I do encourage you to, if you're watching this video, then I'm encouraging you to watch the entirety of this video as well as looking at the quick guidelines. So, everybody who's going to be watching this video or helping this project has different amounts of time. And so what I'd really like to do is get the BMS, ETS, Daily Mood Log, Relationship Journal, Habit Log, those ones first and foremost, because these are tools we use quite a bit. So then we could work on like 5 secrets and decision-making form and this kind of thing. Those are kind of like the core ones, and feel free to email me if you'd like a list of kind of like, the order of priority, and I may even put it on this document when I get a chance. So scroll down and see if it's there. So start first of all with translating the footer. So this is really important. We're adding this new footer to all of the tools that are being translated. I'm going to take you to the German folder because that one is completed. Thank you, Caroline Taylor, who actually has spent a year doing every single one of the tools, which is just amazing. It's the only language that's actually completely been translated. The 50 tools have been completely translated, and she's now working on the ebook. Hey, awesome. Okay, so let me show you what this looks like. So copyright footer. This one here doesn't have the German in here yet because she did all this before I added this information, but you'll have it look just like this in your English or in your language folder unless someone else has been working in there already. So this is the copyright that we're wanting to put on each of the forms. Make sure you put your name here, and you can put the translated copyright footer below this English one, and that way people who come after you, all they have to do is change your name, and there can be some consistency. This line up here right after MD, I want you to put any of the dates that are currently on the tool or form, and then you would delete what's in the brackets here, of course. And this would be revised 23, which it probably says 22 in your folder. So that's where I want you to start. So now you have this that you can copy and paste into all the work that you do. Next, you're going to actually work on the translation process itself. So what you're going to do is download the Word document that you want to work in. So let's go back here, and we'll go back to the German tools. So we'll go to, sorry, I had to scroll up here. So you're going to go to this 2023 Word, okay? These will be the English files. Now, let's first just get a minute to look at the overall layout here so that you get an idea of what's going on. So you're going to have this folder, 2023 Word. You'll have a finished Word file and then your language name here. You'll have a file that says Google Documents, and then you'll have a file that says PDFs German. Now you may have some additional folders like this one that says New Google Docs, or it might say Other Files, or it might say Older Toolkit. So you may have some additional folders. The 3 key important ones are going to be this 2023 Word, the finished Word, PDFs, and Google Docs. Okay, those are the 4 really important ones. And like I say, there will be some extra ones. Unfortunately, because so many people are involved in this project and some work has been done, there's just going to be some extra files floating around in there, and you'll just have to navigate around that. Then there's these two Google Docs at the bottom. One is called Copyright Folder, and the other one is Google Doc Links. We'll get to that one in a minute. So go to the 2023 Word. If you open that up, you'll see this is basically the 50+ eTools toolkit right here in Word for you. And what you'll do is you'll download the first one you want to work on. This important start here is actually the last one that you would translate. You're going to need the Google Forms done before you can actually translate this important Start Here document. The idea behind this translation project is, just to give you some background, is we just want to have tools available for people who ask. If we can get them all translated, like in this one in German, she has completed this. It's the entire thing has been done. Then that Start Here document is awesome because we can actually offer the whole package on David's website and people can buy the whole thing in their language. So yeah, so this would be kind of the last one that you would do, or if you get quite a few done, I may ask you to do this one. So really what I'd like you to start with is the brief mood survey. And so if we go in, we can see that there's another section of folders just to keep things neat and tidy. And you would download the first one you want to translate. So you're not going to double click. If you double click, it will open it in Google, and we do not want these to be Google documents. They'll go messy. So I'll just open it and show you what that looks like. It'll kind of just be a mess here. See, you can see the things don't line up, so we don't want to do that. What you want to do is download. And I would start with this BMS with ETS. Like that's going to be kind of priority number one. You click on the three little dots, click download. And then you're going to open this up in your Word program. Please don't use Pages or Google Docs or other things. Open this in Word, and you can do your translation right there in that English version. So I'm going to show you the Russian BMS here, because this one gives you an example of what it's kind of like to work in Word when there's, it's not as nice and neat and clean and going to be exact as the English version. So I'm going to go ahead and enable editing. So you can see here that, like there's a little bit of a mess here. So I'm just going to move that one down so that it's on this other page. Now, obviously on the English one, this is all on one page. You could shrink these a little bit, so just highlight them and then kind of hit the arrow key down. But if they get too small, they're going to be so hard to read that it's probably not worth doing that. So, yeah. Go ahead and just kind of figure that out as you go. Really, we're really flexible because we're just super excited people are trying to do this. Yeah, so it doesn't look as exactly the same as the other one. If you know how to edit in Word a little bit better, this person was new to doing this. This is their first time, so sorry, Marina, that I'm using you as an example. But it's helpful to show people what it's like to work when it's challenging to fit things into these forms. So yeah, might play around in here a little bit, like I said, just to kind of make things fit a little bit better. Like in this case, shrinking these actually worked quite well, but we still have these lines here on the end. So yeah, you'll just have to kind of play with that a little bit to see what's going to fit and what won't when you're actually doing translation, just because of course languages are different, word length is different, and that kind of thing. So that's a tip there. Now once you've done your translation and you've done it in your Word, then you can actually just drag it. If you just click on it and drag it into the Google folder, the appropriate Google folder, that'll work perfect. So let me show you what that looks like. Let's actually go to the Russian folder, which if you were working in this, and I'm just gonna clean up my screen here so you can see what's happening here. I have a window open on my desktop with the translated document here on my computer, and I also have the Google Drive open here, and I'm going to go to Finish Word Files in Russian. Okay, now I'd like you to translate these folders as well, because that would make things a lot better. Please leave the numbers on there though. But we'll go here, and of course a lot of the other ones have other folders, right? Like there's 3 folders in the English version. Unless you're really ambitious and you're going to be translating, all of them, I think it'll be just fine to have it all in here. And then you just drag and drop it right there. Now, of course, I already have one in there, so I'm gonna hit replace. And there it goes. Now it's uploaded, and you've completed one of the documents. So the next step would be to create the PDF. So with that Word file open, you'll hit File, Export, Create PDF. And then just, it's fine, whatever you've named it, make sure you're naming it in the Russian language. If it was Russian, German, it's going to be in German language, and so on. So name the file name with the appropriate translation. Just hit, I just put this on my desktop, it'll be easier, hit Publish. And this one automatically opens just this way mine's set up. Yours may not do that. And then I can go to my desktop. Let me show you there. So on my desktop, there it is. Let me close the Word document now. We don't need that. And I'll go to PDFs Russian. And in here, again, we need those folders, right? So new folder, it's one, testing. Of course, it will be in, you know, this would be translated into your language. Create, open this up, and click the Russian document. Now, these folders may already be created for you. It all depends on where you're at in the translation process and who you're working with. So, and now we have the PDF in there. So that's one document completed, right? So if we go back to our guidelines, so first was to translate the footer. Next, we download the Word document, translate it within Word, replacing the old footer with the new copyright. Going to name the file in your language, then upload the Word document to your language folder, and finally create a PDF and upload that to the appropriate PDF folder. And then you can repeat for as many documents as you have time for, you're willing to translate. Just 2 or 3 done would just be such a blessing. So yeah, if you could do 3 to 5, and if you're ambitious and you find that you enjoy this process, I know Caroline said to me it just really helped her relax and take her mind off of things, and she really enjoyed working on the project just to learn more about Team CBT actually. So if you decide you want to keep working on it, great, that's awesome, and just really appreciate what you can do. My last little bit will be on the Google Docs, because if you are enjoying this process, then the Google Docs are another really important thing that we like to get translated. So let me show you what those look like. Let me close that. So let's go to the Google Docs. These won't be done yet because Russian isn't done, so that's why I want to go here. And so this is what's going to look like for you. It's just going to be in English, and it'll say copy of. And what you're going to do is rename the file. So BMS will be, I mean, you could say Brief Mood Survey in your language. You could write that out instead of BMS, or you could use the initials from what those 3 words would translate. Totally up to you. But these ones you're not going to download. Very important. If you're going to do, when you do the translating of the Google documents, you need to do them within this folder right here. So you'll actually will double click and open them up. And you're going to translate right from in here. And this copyright, by the way, you would just translate what's written right here. You don't add that other copyright, that footer. You're going to do it right within here. And so you're going to go through and translate each of these, all of these lines, and so on. And once you're done translating these, you're going to create a ULR. So see at the very top here, this is the ULR, and see how it says edit? You're going to copy this, and you're going to put it in this Google Docs links right here, okay? And you're going to go BMS, but in your language, and then you're going to go paste. Now, before you hit any other button, delete the edit and type copy. Then you can hit return. And what this does is it forces the user, whoever clicks on this link, to create a copy, and they cannot access the original file. All right, well, that's advanced. The Google Docs is advanced. If you need more information on that or help with that, please let me know. Again, any little bit you can do would just be fantastic. If you could do the BMS and the DML in Word and PDF and Google Doc, those 3 versions, or whatever you're willing to give a go, that would be awesome. Thank you so much for helping with this project. David and I thank you.